Like the music? Go check out Useless Irving.
Flight has weight, and honest question, a great mistake. Cause now I feel the ultraviolet losing in to suffocate. Does it take long and does it hurt to close your eyes and leave this earth? Will I fall prey to false alarms until I'm crushed into the dirt? Feel it's coming on again. Coming to an end. I feel the overflow. Needles in the red, and I'm sure something's gonna blow. I'm not prepared for this, so tell me, is there more than fleeting hope? Would you miss me, mom and dad? Please, someone take me home. Take me home. Step outside, I breathe the air. I feel the wind blow through my hair. I feel the ground begin to tremble in my mind and everywhere.
Alrighty. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all having a good day. I know I said we were going to do more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon today, but I'm going to be honest, not really feeling it today. So I figured we'd just hang out and chat for a while. Not sure how long I'm going to go for. Today's a bit of a weird energy day for me. So it's, it's one of those things. But I hope you're all having a good day. And I feel like we'll just vibe here, listen to some awesome music, honestly. And just kind of go from there, you know what I mean? Oops. Wrong window. Hang on. I'm trying to get... There we go. I got all of my... I'm trying to get all my stuff sorted out here, you know? It's not always the easiest thing. Not always the easiest. You know what's crazy? I saw some videos today and they all got me in like a wild mood. Why is Twitch not showing me my stream? Hang on a second. Twitch, what are you doing?
Drill to the heavens. Said hey minimum, reading a doc with some third-party D&D stuff I bought to prepare for an upcoming campaign.
Ooh, very fun. Welcome in. How's it going today? I'm just like, what kind of stuff are you reading, actually? I'm curious. Was it the stuff you posted in Discord the other day, like the anime stuff? Because that seems fun, honestly. I have mixed feelings on third-party content, if I'm being completely honest. Not because the content is good or bad.
Said magic items.
Ooh, very fun. I'm very curious. But, my thoughts on...
Said hi Min and Drill, been fun having you for Bleach. Drill to the heavens.
Hey, Simon!
Said nah, that's just a thing I thought was cool.
That's fair. That's fair. Welcome in, Simon. How you doing today? But I have mixed feelings on third-party content, unfortunately. And I hate that I have mixed feelings on it, because third-party content gives the potential for so many cool things. The problem is it's almost never accessible. Hence the mixed feelings. You know, the content could be the greatest thing in the universe, but I can't fucking use it. And that sucks. That sucks a lot. I mean, I'm sure there's ways to adapt and stuff like that. It's just complicated, and frustrating, and there's at least like 5 extra steps for me before I can even use third-party stuff. It's a pain in the butt. But that's a me problem. Or like a blind person problem, I guess. Not necessarily a problem with the content itself, but I guess it's presentation, question mark. I feel like I need to be careful on how I word that.
Simon Oma.
Definitely.
Said I'm good, the cosplay seller messaged me that they got my measurements and are making it.
Very cool. I cannot wait to see that, Simon. I cannot wait to see you show off some Kokichi goodness. Because, like, bruh. Given the hoops you've had to jump through to even get it, like, I really hope it works for you. I really hope it does. You fucking deserve it at this point. Sorry, I'm cracking
Simon
open
Oma.
some Orange
Said
Crush.
me too, it'll be awesome.
I am very excited to see it. Man, I'm in kind of a weird sort of in my head type of day. Like that's what today is for me. It does not help that I'm roommateless for the next 2 weeks. And it's too unpleasant to go outside. So I'm kind of alone with my own thoughts perpetually, and you know, normally that's not such a bad thing. I guess it's not really a bad thing here. It's just kind of like, oh man.
Drill to the heavens.
Kind of a whole thing.
Said rough. Simon Oma.
I
Said
mean...
we can keep you company with more Bleach lol.
Potentially. I just figured I'd come on here and just chill. It's been a while since I've done a just chatting stream and things, and I saw videos today talking about like VTubing and identity and how like a lot of the VTuber space is very, 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 very queer. And that's a beautiful, wonderful thing, genuinely. But it, like, I don't know, it got me thinking about like my own sort of identity and, you know, shit's complicated.
Drill to the heavens.
Shit's
Said, what if
complicated.
we showed you the abridged series to further extend the lifespan of Bleach?
You know what? Yeah, at some point down the line, I would not be against that, to be real with you. Speaking of
Simon
abridged
Oma
series, actually.
Said, I'd join you to chat about con stuff, but I need to save voice for recording.
Oh, you're good. Don't even worry about it. Speaking of abridged series, though, I actually found somebody started doing like a Pokemon Horizons abridged recently. And like, I've not actually watched Pokemon Horizons. I've seen like the first
Simon Oma
2 episodes because they
Said
put
we
it up
could
on
totally
YouTube.
watch the abridged if you know how to find it. Drill.
It had a pretty strong start, honestly. It's not anywhere near as good as like, you know, say DBZ abridged or anything like that, but like Pokemon Horizons abridged, not bad. Not a bad start. I'm like, it's one of those ones where I'm like, if I do see a second episode, I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. I'm not gonna like rave about it, but I'll watch it, you know. I've been very aware
Drill to the heavens.
lately.
Said, I think I saw that one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But in general, I've been like very aware of how like nothing a lot of stuff online is now. Like, how do I put this without starting like 20 million fires? People make good content, right? But because of the way things are, it doesn't often get to you, and it's often overshadowed by sponsored ads or, you know, stuff that has like $1 million budget that's like, you know, Hollywood produced or whatever. And then like, you know, some of the stuff that's made by genuine people and not motivated by profit tends to get lost in the shuffle. And it's so samey. And it's just, I've realized how fucking bored I am when it comes to that. And like, I feel like that's partly why I end up like doom scrolling for hours, because I'm just so goddamn bored and I'm looking for like the slightest bit of anything to like, I don't know, give me some shred of entertainment for 5 seconds. And I'm like, well, this kind of sucks. And like, I know my content ain't like the best in the universe or anything like that, but I mean, I hope it can provide someone some degree of entertainment for a length of time that is beyond 5 seconds. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I've seen a few video essays on it, and they could put it far better than me, to be fair. It also doesn't help, I feel like, that a lot of the stuff you get shown on your feeds, like on social media, not even just YouTube or TikTok or anything, it's like any social media now, you're pretty much at the mercy of a mathematical equation that determines what it thinks you like. And yeah, you can search for stuff, but anything you're looking for is often overshadowed by a bunch of sponsored bullshit and isn't what you want at all, unless you're really lucky. I don't know, I feel like I'm just complaining at this point. Because, like, I don't have a solution to this. It just sucks, if I'm being real. This probably ain't the discussion y'all were thinking about diving into today, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Like, I don't know. It's just, the world is weird now. And, like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. And that's kind of my whole vibe today. I'm like, everything's weird, and I have, like, mixed feelings about it. I'm too tired to be angry about it, but I'm also too annoyed to not address it. If that makes any sense. But, yeah. I don't know what to do about it besides continue doing what I'm doing and try to entertain? I don't know. It's weird though, because I didn't even hop on here with the intent to entertain, which is kind of weird to think about. Like, I'm just like, let's just chill, I guess. Let's just chill. You know. That's kind of the whole thing today. It's weird. It's weird. And like, I've ended up thinking about a lot of things from that to like identity and shit, and the fact that, hey, it's Pride Month and I haven't done shit for it. I haven't even gone to any like local events or anything. It's been too fucking hot to go though. And like, I don't want to go to one alone because I'm too anxious for that. I've been trying to get out the house, but I'm too anxious to go to like a big event by myself.
Simon Oma
It's kind of a
said
whole
you
thing.
did say an early stream today but wasn't expecting this early.
Honestly,
I don't really do anything for Pride either.
I wasn't really planning on it this early, but I was like, you know what? I'm sitting here, I'm bored, I'm basically ready to go. I might as well
Simon
do
Oma
it.
said if I was still there, I would go with you.
That's fair. That's fair. And like, I mean, I have a friend that lives in the next town over. So like, it's not like I have no one to go with kind of thing, but like, she doesn't really want to go either. And, you know, she's got to plan stuff out super carefully just because of medical stuff. She's also dealing with a lot right now. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna see her in and around our birthdays because our birthdays are really close to each other. So we're gonna do a thing and we're gonna hang out, and that might include some Pride stuff, even though that'll be in August. But like, you know, celebrating your Pride does not have to be restricted to just June. So it's all good, you know? And like, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that I'm not necessarily doing anything for Pride, but like, I'd like to. I don't really know what, but I'd like to do something. It's kind of a whole thing. I don't know. Excuse me.
Simon Oma said if I knew you were that bored we could have done the recording early. But this works too.
I mean, yeah, but I did say I wanted to stream today too, so this is what we're doing. You know. And like, I figured too, I wasn't really feeling like playing a game today, and I don't want to close my curtain. I usually have to when I'm playing a game because there's so much glare on my TV from the sunlight. But I'm like, I kind of need the sunlight right now. I feel like it's necessary for my mental health. I'm having a weird day, Simon. I'm having a weird fucking day. One of the other things I was
Simon
thinking
Oma
about...
said that makes sense.
Yeah.
Star Kid Pep said
Yo!
I'm bored too. If we're all so bored we should stop hanging out together lol. Star
What do
Kid
you mean
Pep
stop?
said in hi-oh.
What's up, dude? It's been forever. How you been? The Space Pepsi returns.
Simon Oma said nothing wrong with weird. I was going to walk but it's too hot today.
It's not, so the problem is it's not really
Star
a good
Kid
weird.
Pep said I'm good, how's you? Bach 921
I'm
said it's Star Kid Pep, who the hell let you in here?
Yo, Beehive. We got all the peeps coming in today.
Star Kid Pep said it's been a while, about 9 months.
Yeah, man, what brings you back here? Not that I don't appreciate it, because I do. The thing about me having a weird day, Simon, is it's not necessarily a good thing right now. It's not a good weird. It's an uncomfortable weird. like an existential weird a little bit, if that makes sense. Because, like, the main source of my weirdness is just sort of like, you know, me just kind of spending time thinking about, you know, where I'm at in life and, you know, identity shit and
Drill to the
all
heavens.
of the things. It's not the
Said we have
best.
days like those sometimes.
Yeah, it's not the best. It doesn't have me in like a terrible mood or anything, but it's like slightly like, eh. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle somewhere of something, you know? I feel like I need to like, I don't know.
Simon Oma.
Maybe after this I'll
Said,
like
oh
sit
dear,
and
well,
meditate
I
for
could
a
always
while.
chat about the identity thing if you need help talking through it.
Yeah,
Star Kid
I
Pep.
mean,
Said, how did I get in? I broke the lock with a sword I found nearby, but that also broke the sword, so I can't ban you back. Sorry.
you broke my fucking sword, Star Kid? What the hell? Who said you could break into my house? God damn. But no, what sparked it off for me today, right?
Star Kid Pep. Said I was bored.
Whatever, bro. Whatever. But like the identity stuff, at least for today, it didn't really start today, to be fair. But like, I saw a video today talking about Vtuber. It was like one of those mass interview videos where like somebody asks a question, and then like the answer to that question comes from like a bunch of different people, type of thing. And the focus was on
Bot
VTubers
921.
and identity.
Said damn. And here I was looking forward to Star Kid Pep banning me #cries in Spanish.
I mean, I could ban you, but then you wouldn't be able to watch. So that would be unfortunate. Excuse me. But yeah, like the majority of those, I think every single one of those VTubers in that interview was
Star Kid
they
Pep.
were either trans or
Said I
non-binary.
don't see a downside there, Min.
Some
Ban him.
flavor of that. I'm not banning him. I'm not banning him. But yeah, everybody in that video, they were either some flavor of trans or non-binary, and in my opinion, that's fucking beautiful. But like, it made me aware of like, I'm like, there's so many different like identities and perspectives and all kinds of different shit, and I'm like, you know, you kind of get lost in that sometimes, and I'm like, where the fuck do I fall in that again? Because I've been really thinking about like a lot of that lately and where I fall in, because like I'm non-binary. I've up to this point been identifying as I mean, take your pick, there's lots of terms for it: demi-girl, demi-woman, demi-gender, whatever. So it's like it's a semi-fluid state, at least for me. It's a semi-fluid state between, you know, being, you know, a woman and a gender, I guess. It's somewhere between those two. Never quite one or the other. But it's a weird state. And it's like, I don't really know how to describe it.
Simon Oma. Said that's true, we did talk a bit about it last night.
Yeah, we definitely did. And then like the video I saw today definitely like brought that back up in full kind of deal. But I'm like, you know, being non-binary is weird. Like, it's weird. Cause like, there's some days where I'm just like, yeah, I don't give a shit, it's there, it is what it is, it's fine. Right? And then there's other days where I'm like, I feel like I'm on a sliding scale, but I get stopped from going to either end. And like, I can never like settle on the one thing. for a long period of time. And like, I know that's fine. I know that's like a valid thing. But like, I don't really know. I don't really know what my personal problem is with it. At least with myself being that way. So it's got me in a weird sort of state. And I'm like, how do I deal with that? Like, I'm just here vibing. I'm just like, whatever. But how do I deal with that? I don't know. I don't know what y'all think about that, because, like, this probably was not the discussion y'all were planning on walking into today. So, sorry if it's weird. But, I mean, you're talking to me, it's gonna get fucking weird. I don't know. Oh, fuck. I just tried to tie my hair back, and my elastic just exploded on me. Excuse me. I need to find another hair elastic. Give me a moment. Where is it? Come on. Aha! I found one. Buried in a drawer full of things. I need to like reorganize my room a little bit. I feel like I need to focus on other things right now, like besides my, because like I feel like I'm gonna drive myself crazy.
Simon Oma said meditation or some card reading could always help with the self-introspection.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I'm gonna do today. I'm also thinking about, one, just kind of focusing on other things in general.
Drill to the heavens said I was vacuuming my car earlier.
Oh, right on. I've never vacuumed a car before, but I can imagine it can be a pain in the butt sometimes. I mean, I guess that kind of goes for just about anything. I don't know anything about cars. I really don't. But yeah, one of the things I want to focus on doing is, the meditation is definitely going to happen between dinner and recording, because I feel like it needs to today. It's got to be a thing. Just to, if not for the self-introspection, just to clear my head kind of deal. Because I feel like that's kind of my main issue, is I just need to, like, clear that space in my head. But also, like, I kind of want to rearrange my room a little bit. Because, like, I kind of want to put my altar near the window. I kind of feel like that might be a better place for it. Which, I mean, my flag can't really accompany that, but
Simon Oma
I feel like near the
said
window
I was
is a
getting
good
the
spot.
sense to try getting hold of some cards today. Maybe it's to help you out.
You should definitely look around. Maybe you can find a deck that that you can vibe with online or something. I mean, I realize it's a little bit harder that way.
Simon Oma said windows are a good spot for altars.
Yeah, I just feel like it might be a slightly better place for it. I don't really, you know, because, like, you know, where it's at is fine.
Simon
But I'm
Oma
also like, maybe
said, yeah, I want to see if I can find my old cards.
that would be cool. That would be very cool. There was this one tarot deck that I wanted to get a couple years back, and I never ended up getting it. But it had this accompanying app that I might actually consider getting, but I don't know if I'd be able to see the cards because, so they're called the Golden Thread Tarot. And, the cards themselves, it's like they're plastic. And the designs on them are used with, like, some type of gold leaf material. I don't know if it's actually gold leaf, but it's like, it's a black and gold sort of color scheme, right? And they're really cool. And there's an app that goes with it so you can easily find all the meanings and all the stuff, and it's mostly accessible for the most part. And I thought about getting it because they look very cool. But I'm also like, they're kind of pricey and I don't know if I can read them. So, if I'm gonna look for another deck of cards, it's gonna be in person. Mainly because it'll be easier for me to tell if I can actually work with them or not. Because, you know, I can't just grab any old deck of cards. I gotta make sure I can read them. But I also saw on Facebook the other day, there was a Majora's Mask-themed tarot deck, and I'm like, yo, I want that shit in my life. I really want that in my life. But I didn't go for those because they were also pricey. And, you know, I gotta take it easy. I can't just go, like, spending a shit ton of cash on everything.
Drill to the heavens.
I'm not rich.
Said video game fans out here making better merch than Nintendo.
Honestly, right? Like, legitimately. Like, there was so much like, I only saw, so the tarot deck that I saw, right, it was just like, there was just like a little video on Facebook about it, right? So they were showing off some of the cards, and there were so many details on the box. Like, the box had the score for the Song of Healing, like what you'd see on the N64 with the
Simon
buttons along the
Said
top
true,
and
I
stuff.
can't buy any right now after the cosplay. I did see yours on Amazon, though that is tempting.
Oh, that's fair. The Moonology deck. There's another one. It's called Moonology Manifestations. It's the quote-unquote sequel to the one that I have. I've not used it myself. I've not found it anywhere. I've seen it online. I've seen people review it on YouTube. And it looks really pretty. It's very similar, but I feel that, from what I've seen on videos, it might be harder to see. Something to think about, though. But the attention to detail on these fucking cards, dude. Even on the box and everything. Like, bro, Nintendo. Put some elbow grease into your merch, man, because I'd be more inclined to buy it. I'm not gonna lie. Not saying they need to make tarot cards. But I'm saying, if they put that level of quality and detail into more of their merch, that'd be pretty fucking dope, not gonna lie.
Simonoma. Said that's true, the one I want to find is my Anubis deck.
Got you. I haven't really looked around for too many tarot decks. The ones that I've seen so far are have been like purely by accident. Maybe that's a sign that I should look into it at some point, but I feel like I'm good with my current deck right now.
Simonoma. Said it's an oracle.
Ah, right on. I mean, my point about, I guess, looking for a tarot deck stands. I should probably consider it at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, y'all. This song. This is Jesse's newest song. Currently.
Simonoma. Said fair enough.
And it has been stuck in my head since it dropped. It's so good. Okay.
Simonoma. Said it's a good song.
It really is. It really is. And I'm like, it's just good stuff. And like, I love that he's given me permission to use
Star Kid
his
Pep.
stuff. It's very
Said
good.
I'm gonna tell him you're playing it. Do you have a license? Laughing face.
He's given me permission. He knows, not only does he know, he specifically went up to me and said, hey, when this drops, you can use it on stream. And I'm like, sick. So not only is he fully aware, he is fully on board. The only song I'm not using is he did a cover of "Hear You
Simon
Calling."
Oma. Said he's away, he won't know lol.
Nah, he knows. The only one I'm not using is a cover of "Hear You Calling" by Gob that he did, and that dropped recently, and it's really, really good. I'm not using it just because of potential licensing issues and copyright potential stuff, because he's had to go through the licensing and stuff for it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna risk it. But it's there. It exists. It's on Spotify, and it's good. You should go listen to it. So, like, full stop, I'm not gonna lie. This is the type of shit I've wanted to play on my stream for, like, the longest time as far as music goes. Something that's a hell of a lot closer to what I like to listen to. Partly because it is something I like to listen to. And it sounds amazing. Excuse me, I'm, like, trying to burp, and it's not... Sorry. There it is. God. So there's all those reasons, but then there's also the fact that, like, I'm promoting for a friend, basically. And just, you know, trying to support some good shit. You know.
Star Kid Pep.
It's kind of a whole thing. I almost
Said
feel
I
like
saw two he posted recently. I liked one of them a lot, the other not so much, but that's a musical style taste thing rather than any criticism of his music.
that's fair. That's fair. I think they're both great. Like, I've loved every single one of his songs that he's put out so far. I just think he kicks ass. You know. One thing I need to do, actually, he left behind one of his guitars, and he's like, I'm gonna tune it up for you, and when I come home in 2 weeks, I'd better see some improvement. So I'm like, yeah, I've taken up guitar, kinda. I'm trying, anyway. I've not gotten too far with it, but we are attempting, and I need to, like, sit down. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's thing, is to, like, sit down and really try to dig into it. You know? I think that's definitely one thing that's gonna help me get out of a weird state, is, you know, focusing on something other than my weird state. You know?
Star Kid Pep. Said you need to be good at it by the time I arrive, whenever that is.
Alright, cool. Yep, ambiguous time frame. Love that. Way to go. Thanks for stressing me out. Oh, fuck. I don't know, like, I could do some basic stuff, but, like, I'm still having
Star
trouble
Kid
with
Pep.
chords and things,
Said we
so...
gonna all go outside, sit around a campfire and be hippies and do communal guitar stuff lol.
You know what? I'd actually
Star
be
Kid
down
Pep.
for that.
Said acoustics only laughing face.
Yeah, no, I'd actually be down for that. Like, unironically, I'd be here for that. Let's do it. Let's fucking go.
Simon Oma. Said by my birthday I wanna hear guitar playing.
Okay. We'll see. Here's what I will promise you. I will promise you that I will make the effort.
Star Kid
There
Pep.
you go.
Said which birthday?
Simon's birthday. Although my birthday is coming up, and I need to finalize plans for it. Simon and I, among other people, talked about it a little bit yesterday. But, I'm planning. So my birthday...
Simon Oma. Said mine is a wash before minis.
A week, yes. So my birthday is August 3rd, right?
Simon Oma. Said week.
Yep, I got you. So my birthday is August 3rd, right?
Star Kid Pep.
That is a
Said
Saturday.
yeah, but which one? We don't want to give you any loopholes to exploit. Oh, this birthday. I thought you meant next year.
No, this coming. This coming. So my birthday's on a Saturday this year. I have D&D on Saturdays, and I'm not missing that for
Star
shit.
Kid Pep said okay.
So, my plan is I'm going to do a stream on Friday for it. Which, I usually stream on Friday anyway, so it kind of works out, I guess. But, we're gonna be
Simon
starting...
Oma said basically 1 month. D&D on my birthday too. That'll be fun.
Very cool. So yeah, we're gonna be starting a new thing on the Friday, which is August 2nd. But August 4th, after my other D&D game, yes, I play a lot of D&D, we're gonna do a karaoke night in the Discord. This will not be streamed, this will not be recorded, it's literally just gonna be us as a community hanging out and singing, probably horribly, but
Star
who the
Kid
fuck
Pep
cares? We're just
said
gonna hang
nerd.
out. Damn straight I'm a nerd.
Simon Oma said
Star
I will
Kid.
collab the new thing with you.
Star Kid, I am a purple-haired elven VTuber on the internet. Of course I'm a fucking nerd. What do you think this is? What do you think this is, sir? And yes, Simon, I would love for you to be part of that. It's gonna be a good time. I feel like it's gonna be a good time. I can't remember if I've said what the new thing is gonna be, but it's not important. At least not right now. So I'm gonna put up an event in the Discord later, probably, for the karaoke thing, as along with, I can talk, all of the info for it and stuff, so that anybody that wants to be part of it can basically just reserve that time and celebrate my birthday with me or something. So I'm basically having like a 3-day celebration, you know, for my birthday. It's gonna be great. And then like later, like maybe in a week after that, like I'm gonna probably spend time with my with one of my other best friends, because her birthday is like a little over a week away from mine. So we're gonna do like a joint birthday celebration-y type thing. And it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be very cool. So, not exactly sure on the date of
Simon
that
Oma
yet. It might impact
said
stream, but I
Mario
have no
Kart
idea
Monday
yet.
after it too. So
Yeah.
4-day celebration.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because like immediately after that, it's yeah, you're right. I did point that out yesterday too. I remember that. It's also like, hang on. Yeah, my brother's birthday is in like 2 days. That's a thing. Alrighty. Sorry. I'm getting all... I'm losing focus on stuff. I'm distracted. My phone has distracted me. Hang on. Putting it down. Phone is down. I'm here to talk to you, not my phone. That's where we're at right now. How long have I been going for? Has it already been like an hour? Oh no, 44, like almost 45 minutes. Okay. I'm just like, have I rambled that much for that long? I mean, I appreciate y'all sitting here with me. I love that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not very good at these.
Said
but
it feels
it's
like an
whatever.
hour.
It kind of does, to be honest with you. And like, I'm having a good time. I don't know about you guys. But, you know, I feel like I'm not the best at these. I feel I need to do these more often. Just get better at it. It's one of those things where, if it's the right day, I'll just be able to launch into whatever and ramble for like hours. But then like, there's days like this where I'm
Star
like,
Kid Pep
I'm
said
not
I'm
doing...
rounding down, obviously laughing face. Simon
Wow!
Oma said you do find the chat streams are fun.
Wow, Star Kid. I'm glad you think so, Simon. But wow, Star Kid, really? Really? Is it because I called you Space Pepsi? Because you know I'll never forget that. You know I will never forget it. A I'm almost done my orange crush already. Okay. I keep forgetting that I have a burn on my arm that's been slowly healing over the last several days. Because I was a dumbass and I burnt myself while making chicken nuggets the other day. And like, it's in a really inconvenient spot on my arm. So like every time I bend my arm, my forearm like rubs up against it, and it's not good for it. It's very uncomfortable. So sometimes when I stretch out my arm to like reach for something, I'll just feel like this weird tension. And then I'll realize, oh, it's because of the stupid wound. And it sucks. On the bright side, it's not infected, so it's fine, it's clean, I've been taking care of it. But it is very irritated. Which is not fun. It's not fun and it's uncomfy. And I don't know why I made a dumb mistake. But I made a dumb mistake. And there's like two little ones, right? One of them is actually a little bit smaller than it used to be, so it's healing. The other one is still kind of the same size. They're making progress, it's just uncomfy. You know. Sorry if talking about that kind of thing bothers anybody. I didn't even think of that before until like 2 seconds ago. I'm like, oh wait, triggers, shit. Oops. I'm not gonna dive into detail about it though beyond that. I was gonna say something else, and I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I completely forgot. Do you know that feeling where you're just like, what was I gonna say? And then you're like, oh, maybe it wasn't that important. And then you remember an hour later, and you're like, shit, that was actually important. And I'm pretty sure what I was gonna say wasn't. Because let's be real, most of the stuff I'm saying today isn't important. It's more just, yeah, we just chat.
Bach921 said, was it that Bach921 is your favorite person named Bach921? Bach921 said Kappa.
No, it was not. Listen, you're cool, don't get me wrong, right? You know? You're great. But damn, bro.
Bach921 said, I'm mid at best, Kappa.
You're fine. So, I just had to refresh Twitch for like the 5th time. Because, like, I've noticed a thing by your name, Behawk. And it's like this, it was like this little weird sort of bar right next to your name. And I highlighted it, and it was like, oh, pronouns. And I'm like, why is my pronoun plugin not working? What the fuck happened? So now they're working and everything makes sense again.
Bach921 said, classic Twitch.
Honestly, right? Well, yeah. Yeah. I wish the pronoun plugin was more than just like a Chrome extension, though. Like, I wish that was a universal thing that people could have access to if they wanted it, and not, like, specifically have to go through, like, a Chrome-based browser. I mean, it's cool that it's a thing in general. But, like, I don't know. I feel like some people would have a fit about it, though. Because, you know, conservative assholes on the internet are conservative assholes on the internet. I'm not going to dive into that anymore, because, oh boy, that's going to get crazy. I may have just opened up a can of worms that I'm not ready to tackle. So, you know. So, what have y'all been doing lately? What have y'all been thinking about lately? You know. Because y'all know the shit that's been going through my head today. And it's weird shit. It's weird. That's all I can say.
Star Kid Pep
You know what else I'm
said,
thinking
why do
of?
worms come in cans? I think bottles would be a better vessel for them.
No, they'd get stuck. They'd get stuck in the bottle. Because they'd all try to come out and then they're like stuck. They get bottlenecked. That'd be a bad time. You know what's a weird time? I'll tell you what a weird time is. Browsing through r/shower thoughts. That's
Star
a
Kid
weird
Pep
fucking time.
said, but a can has an even narrower opening.
I mean, sure.
Star Kid Pep said, and it can't be opened from the inside.
I almost feel like I should just start reading off random shit from the Shower Thoughts subreddit. Can I search for stuff? How do I search for stuff? Reddit, please. How do I do this? Shower Thoughts, there you are. Wow. So I just hopped onto that subreddit. And the first thing I see, I feel like calls out so many people. Humans routinely enhance their look and smell, but not their sound. Yikes. I don't know if that qualifies as a weird time. It certainly qualifies as something. What else do we have?
Star Kid Pep said, I use helium on a regular basis.
Do you? Do you now? Physics is math constrained by the limits of reality, and engineering is physics constrained by the limits of money. So says this random Reddit user. I should probably stop browsing Reddit. Shower Thoughts will get you into a weird rabbit hole. Cause like, goddamn. It's weird. It's a weird time. I ended up actually spending a lot of time on Reddit this morning, just sort of browsing and stuff. And like, apparently I followed the Twitch subreddit at some point. And I saw this one post from somebody talking about how like, people were looking down on them for not being able to stream for more than 3 hours. I think it was 2. Either way, they were like looking down on people.
Said
like,
Reddit is a weird little place.
It is a weird little place. But like, so this person that I was reading, this post that I was reading was like, this person was like, so, you know, I have work, I'm also disabled, I literally don't have the time to do a 7+ hour stream, yet, you know, these people that are supposedly my friends are looking down on me for not being able to stream for that long, and, you know, they're telling this person that, like, you know, oh, you'll never grow if you don't do streams for that long or whatever. And I'm sitting there going like, listen, I may not be the fastest growing streamer on the platform. I'm probably among the slowest, if being completely honest. And that's totally fine. Totally, you know, it's fine. But I'm sitting there going like, if anyone's looking down on you for the way you're streaming or like the length you're streaming and shit. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck them. Because, like, in my opinion, it's not how long you're streaming for, it's the content you're making. Like, and more importantly than that, it's whether or not you as the streamer are enjoying what you do. You know? Because I feel like I'm not going to be
Simon
talking for
Oma
that long, let's be honest.
Said that stupid DSP is fine with a 3-hour stream once a month if that.
Right? And like, people have shit going on. I think getting up someone's ass for the length of time they stream for or how frequently is fucking ludicrous. Not everybody has the time or the resources or even the physical ability to be able to do that for that long. Streaming, it does take a good mental toll on someone. It can. It really can. And if you're going out of your way to force yourself to produce content at a rate that you are unable to or are not comfortable with, that's going to show in your content. And you're going to have a bad time and you're going to fucking burn out. So, like, you know, a few other people posted some positive comments their way going like, nah, man, you're good. Do what you do. And I'm like, do whatever works for you. Like, as long as you're not posting content that's like hurting anybody or anything like that, like do what you gotta do as long as you're not hurting anybody, you know? Banana. You know, I'm like, do what you gotta do. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're fine. Stream whatever the fuck you want, how you want it, how long you want it, so long as, you know, you're not breaking, I guess, TOS and getting your ass kicked off. Or something like that, or again, hurting someone. You know? Like, even if you can only do like an hour, or like half an hour. Like, yeah, half an hour is definitely, at least in my opinion, a short stream and stuff, but if that's all you can manage, then fucking, you know, don't let other people tell you that it's bullshit. You do what you need to do. If you need to prioritize taking care of yourself over streaming for an absurd length of time, then take care of yourself first. Don't put streaming first. Put you first. Put your life first. And, you know, I would even argue put your relationships and family first and stuff like that. It just happens to be that a lot of my family and friends are also content creators, so the two things tend to go together for me, at least for the most part. But, like, I don't know, I think it's weird to, like, gatekeep like that. Because it's like, oh, your stream's not a good stream because it wasn't 7 hours long. Who the fuck is gonna sit there for the entire 7 hours? That's my question. Who's gonna sit there for the entire 7 hours? I feel like the number of people that will are a lot smaller than the number of people that won't. And that's not a shot against any streamer. That's literally just people have lives, and not everyone has the time to sit there for 7 hours watching you. Sometimes they'll come in and out. Sometimes they'll have to leave and go to work. Or go to bed, depending on what time it is. Or whatever, you know? But, like, when I sit here chatting, like, yeah, it'd be awesome to have everybody chill out for the entire time, but I don't expect you to. You know? Life happens, and if anything, I expect y'all to let it happen. If you need to do something, then you should do it. You know? And the same applies to streamers. If you can't go that long, don't go that long. Take care of yourself. It's just amazing and sad. And amazing not in a good way that people will gatekeep like that and put you down just because you can't do a thing that they can do. Like, don't stop with that ableism, please. Because, like, these people are saying this to a disabled streamer that's like, I physically can't, and I also have work. So, like, no. Nuh-uh. I don't think so. I also found another post about a streamer that, like, their mods were like, you're being way too much of a pushover on your streams. And, like, you're letting these people push you around kind of thing. And from what I read in the comments, they were saying that, like, there were people that were, like, talking about their kinks on stream and stuff, and I'm like, I mean, if the streamer's fine with it, then okay, I guess. But I'm also like, is that really the place for that? I don't personally think so, but, you know, it's not a thing that I'm particularly comfortable with, so if somebody were to start talking about it here, I would probably ask them to stop because, like, I'm not intending to shame anyone, but it's just not something I'm particularly into or comfortable with, so it's like, you know, you do you, but, you know, maybe not here, is the thought, you know? I don't know. There's a line, and that line is different for everybody. And it's not as consistent as a lot of people would hope. You know?
Off 921 said streaming social media in general just sucks. People are more worried about other people's shit than their own, and 99.9% of the time they need to just stay in their lane.
Yeah.
Kid Pep said, I kinked an audio cable once, had to replace it.
But it's... like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people, like, just focus so much on social media and, like, posting every single thing and all that. Like, sometimes I'll hop on Facebook and be like, I should post something today, and just, like, I don't know, check in with people. And then I'm like, what do I talk about, though? Because I hate being that person that posts nothing, you know? Like, if I don't have anything to say that is some type of important that I think someone should read or listen to, I'm not gonna post it. Because I feel like if I'm doing anything else, I'm just posting just meaningless bullshit, you know? Like, sometimes I'll share things I see and stuff like that, but, like, you know, if you don't tend to hear from me, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because I don't really have anything that I feel is of value to say. You know? And that's different for conversations and stuff, I don't know. And I guess here, because, like, half the stuff I'm saying here is, like, whatever. But I don't know. This is more for the purposes of just hanging out, rather than being educational or whatever. But, like, I don't know. I'll just like hop on, like, Twitter and be like, maybe I should post something. What do I talk about? I don't fucking know. There's nothing going on that I care enough to post about. Usually. Sometimes it'll happen, and when it does happen, it's a long fucking rant about something that I feel is important to bring up or draw attention to or something like that. And, like, not everybody has to use their platform like that, you know? If you want to just post random shit, then do it. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna tell you how to operate on social media. Welcome back from the ads. This is me I feel like an old person. Kids these days just talk about random bullshit. I don't post unless I have something to say. I feel like an old like an old fucking... God damn. Like, no, but seriously, like, you know, you do you. I'm just talking about how I operate on social media. I need to throw out my, my can. Boom. Very convenient having a garbage can next to my desk. Although, if I'm gonna move my altar there, I'm gonna not keep my garbage there. because I don't feel like those two things should be next to each other. I guess they could. There's not really a rule against it, but I'm not, you know. It just doesn't feel like a thing that should happen. Yeah. I am... Oh, hey, look, it's been an hour and 5 minutes. I probably won't go past, like, hour and a half-ish. That's at least my current intention. Who knows at this point? And if we're lucky, I might remember to raid someone later. Who knows? It's a very big who knows at this point.
Bach 921 said 1 hour and 5 whole minutes. Rupog.
I know, right? You know, I'm doing something. Oh, hey, Ouija liked my tweet. Very cool. I feel like I'm at the point where I'm like, maybe I should Google one of those random question generators and just ask you guys questions. I don't know. Unless y'all got questions for me or anything you want to say to me or something. I don't know. It's a whole thing. What do we got going on here? Okay.
Bach 921
You know what? Let's do it.
said, what do you think about Canadian geese?
Oh, you want to know what I think about those horrible dragon birds? Okay, let me tell you about the fucking Canadian geese. All right, let me fucking tell you about these damn things. First of all, they have teeth. They have teeth, okay? Like, they are birds with teeth. And they are freaky looking teeth, okay? And then they hiss at you when they get mad. They're the most territorial fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Literally, there was one time I was visiting my brother and his girlfriend at the time. It was a good several years ago. And we decided that we were going to go to an event. So we decided, hey, we're going to go and catch the bus so we can go downtown, right? Literally, there was like a pair of geese standing at the bus stop as though they themselves were waiting for the damn bus. They look at us as we approach, and we pretty much decide, no, we're gonna go across the street. These things are already staring at us. And keep in mind, we are a group of all blind people. We are not fucking with that shit, right? So we go across the street and stand at the bus stop across the street. We literally rode the entire fucking loop just so we could avoid the dragon birds. Those goddamn cobra chickens. Alright? They are mean. They are nasty. They need to chill the fuck out. Like, if you see them, avoid them. Do what you can to avoid them, and just don't fuck with them. If they're in your parking spot, that parking spot belongs to them. If they're at the bus stop, that's their stop. You don't go there. They're on your porch? Too bad. It's not your porch anymore. It's theirs until they decide to leave. Those things are horrible and terrifying. And no, I can't deal. I can't deal with the geese. But how's that for a rant?
Simon Oma said, get them in the yard sometimes.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't see them too often around here. I've heard a few every now and then, but they are not
Bach 921
they are not birds you want to mess
said they
with.
seem like the least Canadian thing to ever come out of Canada.
Okay,
Simon
so
Oma said there's a lot of them here.
here's the thing about Canadians, right? Here's the thing about Canadians. We're very passive aggressive. Like, we'll say things to you that sound nice, but when you know what they really mean, they're not fucking nice. You know? It's either that, so we have different. There are Canadians that are very, very fucking nice. But then there are also the nastiest people on the fucking planet here too. We have the reputation of being super nice for a reason, but we're really nice about how mean we are. We're really nice about how mean we are. I don't know if that makes sense. But if we're not going to be directly rude to you, which there will be people that will be, 100%.
Bach
but,
921
the classy ones.
said Lil.
The classy ones that are creative about their hostility. You know.
Star Kid Pep said you can't be that nice, you riot when your sports teams win.
Oh, no, exactly. We're not that nice. We're not that nice. We're not as nice as people think we are. We're nicer than a lot of places, but not as. We don't have that pristine rep that y'all seem to give us. You know? It's one of those things. Like, you're either gonna deal with somebody that's like genuinely nice, that will lay down their fucking life for you and do everything they can just to help you out, and then you'll run into like the biggest assholes this side of the goddamn universe, and those tend to be the loudest.
Bach 921 said Canadians riot when their sports teams lose too. Looking
Yeah.
at you, Vancouver, after the 2011 Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. You are correct. So I found a random question generator. And like the first question I get, it's like, oh, click on this to generate a question. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, let's do it. And the question I get, do you ever sing when you're alone? If so, what song? So my answer to this question is yes. Everything. I'll sing anything that pops into my head. You know, anything from my favorite bands, even though I can't always hit their range, to like random shit, like just anything. So the question is, what's your answer to this question? I don't know. I'm just I'm just like looking through some of these, and they're so like I don't know. Ooh, what issue will you always speak your mind about? That's an interesting question.
Bach 921
I think y'all know the answer
said
to that
same.
one already.
I usually do so while listening to music with headphones, and it's whatever I happen to be listening to.
Right? Like, sometimes I'll try to sing along with what's playing now, even though I can't keep up with this dude. But like, you know, other times I'll hear songs that like really resonate with me, like from like Alter Bridge and stuff like that. Like, my favorite songs from Alter Bridge are like some of their slower ones. Because like we've got All Ends Well, Blackbird, fucking oh, what's it called? Tear Us Apart, Take the Crown. Those are some of my absolute favorites from Alter Bridge. And like, Wonderful Life was definitely up there too, but that one makes me almost fucking cry every time. That one makes me cry. Same with In Loving Memory. They're just sad. I mean, Blackbird kind of goes in that same vein too.
Simon Oma
but
said I only really like to sing when people won't hear me.
that's fair. I get that. I get that. But like sometimes I'll sing like a little bit of Dream Theater, not very much. I could sing Prophets of War for the most part. That's a good song. Forsaken, that's another good song from that same album. I believe that was in 2007. Good times. Oh, what album was that from? My first thought was Black Clouds and Silver Linings, but no, it's not from... Those are from Systematic Chaos. That's the one that came out in 2007. Black Clouds and Silver Linings was, I think, the one after that. I could be wrong, though. It's been a while since I've, like, paid attention to Dream Theater. I should probably change that, because they are very good. Although I still listen to, like, some of their stuff from, like, 2005. Their, what's it called? 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. That's some of my favorite Dream Theater stuff, along with Metropolis Part 2. What are some of your favorite songs or artists or both? Because, like, I'm just, like, spouting off a bunch of mine, and y'all probably haven't heard of half of this shit. You know. Like, my absolute favorite band, definitely Alter Bridge. 100%. I still love me some Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like that. I don't listen to them as much as I used to. Which is honestly kind of a damn shame.
Star Kid Pep said Imagine Dragons, I know they are very divisive, but I haven't heard an album from them I don't like.
That's fair. I don't hate Imagine Dragons as much as a lot of other people. I don't hate them. Like, I don't outright, like, I don't love them, but I'm also like, they're fine, honestly. Like, on one hand, I kind of get why some people don't like them, but on the other hand, I'm like, they're not that bad. It's not, like, I don't know. I feel like the divide is very extreme. At least in my opinion. Like, I don't know. My preferences on music have definitely slackened over time. Like, I'm not nearly as picky about what I listen to anymore compared to when I was a little bit younger. Like, I do still have my preferences, which are the same as when I was younger for the most part, like as far as genre and stuff goes, that being alternative rock and metal and stuff like that. But when I'm in the right mood, I will listen to anything. I will listen to absolutely anything and not give two shits about whether or not, like, you know, there are some songs that I'm like, I don't like the sound of, but it's not even me going, ugh, that's pop music. That's me going, yeah, I just, you know, I'm just not vibing with this song, you know? And there's a lot of songs I don't vibe with, but there's more that I'm either neutral on or
Bach921
kinda like.
said I like a little bit of everything these days. I listen mostly to rock, but I also like a little bit of country pop and hip-hop, rap.
That's fair.
Star Kid Pep said obviously you're a big fan of Christina and Britney, but who isn't? P.
I don't, so those are artists where if I hear them, I will vibe to them if I'm in the right sort of mindset, but I don't necessarily care enough to like look them up and add them to my personal playlist type of thing. It's one of those things. Like, if I'm chilling, like, every now and then, I'll get into, like, an Uber or something, and, like, I don't know why, but every single time the Uber driver is playing some kind of music, it's always some form of hip-hop. Or, like, some form of, like Indian hip-hop or something like that, which honestly is really cool sounding. Like, I think that's just,
Star
like,
Kid Pep.
you
Set
know...
off, that's what I call radio music. If it's on the radio, I'll leave it on, but I won't go out of my way to find it.
Yeah, right? Sometimes it's cool to hear, like, other people's just random shit playing. Cause, like, I'll be, like, in an Uber, like I said, and I'll just hear this, like, Indian-inspired hip-hop, or, like, Asian-inspired something. And it's just really neat, because it's outside of what I normally listen to, and I'm like, you know, and they're always like, oh, sorry, I can turn it off. And I'm like, don't even worry about it, dude. I'll just vibe to it, it's fine. Cause, like, I don't know why, it's always some variation on hip-hop, though. Always. I think there was maybe only one time I ran into some dude listening to classic rock. And they even offered to turn it off, and I'm like, don't you dare. I'm like, don't you dare turn that off, my dude. And he's like, oh, okay. Can I turn it up? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Because I'm like, dude, if you're gonna roll up to me listening to classic rock, we're already friends. You know? Like, if you're gonna come up and turn on my favorite songs
Swift
without
Simeon.
realizing that they're my favorite
Said howdy.
songs, we're already friends. Swift, welcome in! How you doing today? Welcome to the Ramble. But yeah, I kind of love running into, like, a cab driver that's just, like, listening to random music. So long as they're not, like, blasting it to the point where, like, I can feel it in my
921.
soul. Like,
Said
I'm
I'll
good.
say the one artist I've gotten into over the last year or so is a guy by the name of Singer, and the only reason I got into him was because people who are in this one group on Facebook really fucking hate him.
Huh.
Star Kid Pep. Said hip-hop can be very easy to listen to. I don't dislike it, or R&B, but only if it isn't too in your face.
That's fair. That's fair. I have a respect for hip-hop. It's not, like, usually my vibe, but, like, if it's playing, I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, ah, oh, these kids with their rap music and brr, 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 brr. Nah. Nah. I'm just gonna vibe. It's fine. Like, I've even lessened my hatred toward country music. I still don't particularly like country music, but I also, like, I kind of just moved on to I don't really care too much. And, you know, some of it ain't that bad. But it's still not my favorite, you know? I used to really dislike it, though, when I was younger. I was really just not a fan. It did not help that when I was younger, I had a roommate that, back in school, that would play it extra loud when I specifically was around because they knew I hated it so much. So I just kind of hated it even more because this person
Swift Simeon.
was intentionally pissing
Said
me off.
Canadian country music is something special.
It's something. It's definitely something. Canadian music can go from very, like, typical shit to, like, the weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life. And I kind of love it. Like, some of the shit we come up with is, like, the quirkiest thing ever. And you get weird comedy groups
Bach
that do,
921.
like, hilarious shit.
Said I feel like the only reason I like any country music is because it's what most of the radio stations play where I've lived.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, I'm still not, like, a huge fan of country, you know? But, like, I'll also just vibe, you know? And again, if I'm in the right mood, I will listen to literally anything. Like, absolutely anything, and I'll just chill. And, like, that's kind of my favorite mindset to be in.
Simon Oma. Said we've got some pretty good Canadian music in the background.
Damn straight we do.
Like the music? Go check out Useless Irving.
Hey. That's very slick, Simon. I appreciate you. Um, but yeah, like if I'm being in that mindset where like I'll vibe to anything, it's my favorite. It's my favorite way to be, because like when you're in that mindset where you're just being picky about everything, one, you end up isolating yourself. Two, you just kind of end up miserable in general because then you end up hating everything, and then you just end up like angry and negative constantly. And not saying that isn't valid, valid most of the time. I'm just saying like, you know, sometimes you just gotta vibe. I feel like not everybody can do that. I don't know.
Bach 921 said the best music to come from Canada is Nickelback. Don, T at me.
I respectfully disagree, but I don't hate Nickelback as much as most people do. I don't really hate Nickelback, if I'm being honest. Again, they're one of those ones where I don't expressly like them, but I also just kind of don't care. You know. I can't really think of any artists that I particularly like explicitly hate, to be honest with you. I think
Star Kid
at
Pep
worst at this point,
set out
I
for
just
a rip is
kinda
better than anything Nickelback have ever made.
like I think for me, like as far as me hating artists and stuff, it's less that I hate them and more that I just kind of really don't care anymore about certain ones. Like I despised Justin Bieber when he first started putting stuff out, but now I'm like, I, still don't particularly like his music or anything, but I'm like, it's less of an outright hatred and more of just, eh, it's just meh. Like I just don't really care anymore.
Bach 921 said boo Justin Bieber boo.
Yeah, I don't particularly like, like I feel like my opinion on his music is a little bit more negative than some others, but I'm also like, I've been out of touch from it for so long that I just kind of don't care. So, meh. Like I used to be that kid when I heard somebody like Justin Bieber, I'd be like, ew, you like Justin Bieber, ew. And I'm like, nowadays I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like, if you want to like Justin Bieber, go ahead. I don't really care that much. It doesn't hurt me in any way. Like, am I a fan? No, not by any means, but I don't know if that's because I've matured or I'm just fucking tired of everything. I just feel like a tired, grumpy adult. God. Is that a mood? I hope that's not a mood. I don't want that to be a mood. Oh, hey, look, another ad break is coming up. God damn. I don't want that to be a mood. Holy shit. I just, God damn, I don't even know how to, like, react to my own statement.
Swift Simeon said Celine Dion.
I used to love Celine Dion when I was a kid. I used to have her one album, the one with, My Heart Will Go on it. I think it was The Power of Love. I know that's, like, the first song on that album. But I used to know
said
that
I believe that
back
the
to
hot
front.
dogs go on.
The hot dogs. No. Like, I used to love Celine Dion, like, genuinely. I memorized that album front to back when I was a kid. I was also that kid that absolutely adored, like, NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and, like, Aaron Carter back in the day. R.I.P. But, like, and Simple Plan, even, when I was a kid. I can't really listen to Simple Plan, really, anymore. At least not their old stuff. I don't really listen to any of their stuff, really. But, like, I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely don't remember half the shit I listened to as a kid. Like, I know the artists that I listened to, but if you asked me to name a song, I absolutely couldn't. It's kind of a whole thing. My ad timer is a little bit off, apparently. Because that's not coming in at 2 minutes. Goddamn. Well, that's unfortunate. It's not starting in 2 minutes, it's starting in like 30 seconds, apparently. So, oops, or something. I find that the timings for ad break, it's never consistent on Twitch. It always says it is, but it's never consistent. And I don't know what the deal is with that.
Swift Simeon said, I mostly listen to GTA radio on my PSP and cycle the stations.
Oh, that's fair. I used to do that a lot too. I had a boyfriend back in high school, right? And a lot of times we would literally just sit there and I would watch him play GTA. But the main reason we didn't last is, like, he would pay attention to the video game and only the video game, and I would get, like, sometimes he wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I was even there. Like, sometimes I would find him and he would already be playing and I'd sit next to him, I'd be like, hey, what's up? Nothing. No response. Just completely engrossed in it. And this is coming from somebody that absolutely respects a gamer's time to game, right? And this is part of the reason why I'm like, maybe I'm just not cut out for a relationship happening or whatever the deal is. But like, so I'm like, hey man, can we like talk about something? Can we do something? Hell, can I play with you? You know? And I completely respect, I completely respect a gamer gaming and wanting their time to game. That's cool, 100%. I was also like, but I mean, can we work something out? Can we, so that we can have our time and then you can still have your time? Can we compromise on something? Maybe. And like, I enjoyed watching and stuff. That's partly what got me into Let's Plays, if I'm being real. But, when you're in I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you do have to, make time for the other person at least a little bit. It's a two-way commitment, right? So, like, not saying that y'all should dump your hobbies, because I think that's unhealthy. And also, I am probably not the one to be taking relationship advice from, but I don't know. I'm just like, you gotta make time for yourself and for your partner, I feel like. Among other things. That's not the only factor in a relationship. But, back then, I was making all my time for this person, and they made none for me. So it was a very one-sided effort on my end. And in the end, we both decided to end stuff. Because we're like, this clearly ain't working for either of us. So, at least it ended mutually. Like, I feel like if a relationship was gonna end, that was the best way to end it, type of thing. Because it was like we ended on mutual terms, going like, yeah, this ain't working for either of us, so it's probably best that we just not, you know? Unfortunate, but, you know. I grew up watching my cousins play video games too. Um, one of my cousins back in the day, she used to babysit me and my brother. But like, she used to sit there and she would be playing Super Mario, like the OG original Super Mario, right? But she wouldn't let me or my brother try. She'd be like, "Oh, you guys are blind anyway. You can't play video games." And like, it would just be really, really shitty. She'd be like, you can watch, and that's it. So like, my brother would be off in the corner listening. I'd be trying not to block the TV, but also trying to see. And then she'd get mad at me and be like, "Get your fat head out the way." I'm like, "Bro, it's not my fault, man. It's not my fault I'm blind. Can I at least play for like a little bit?"
Simon Oma
You know?
said, I grew up watching my family play games too. Good times.
I wish they were good times for me. And then like, there'd be times where my cousin's brother, he would play video games and he'd let me and my brother at least try them for a little bit. You know? But my best times with video games, before I had like an N64 to play on and stuff, was my parents had this group of friends, like they were a couple, right? And they had a son who at the time was a teenager, and my brother and I were like below 10. We were like, you know, we were like 5. I was like 5, he was like 8, 7, something like that. Between 5 and 8, I'm gonna say. And this dude, their son, this teenager, was tasked with babysitting us while my parents did work stuff and things like that, right? So I remember the first day, vaguely, right? I remember the first day we went to this dude's house. We're like, "So who the heck are you?" Right? We're like very like, "Where is this place? This is very unfamiliar." So this dude's like, you know, "Hey, what's up?" This dude's just like really, really chill. And he's like, "So I don't know what to do. Do you guys want to play PlayStation?" And I'm like, "We're allowed to play PlayStation?" And he like looked at me like I had like 2 heads. And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Well, my cousins never let us play video games. They just make us watch." And he's like, "Well, that's fucking stupid. How about you just play some video games?" So this dude was literally like, "So, I mean, I know your site sucks or whatever, but like, don't worry about doing good. Just, you know, have fun." So he literally sets up Need for Speed, and we just sit there for a while playing Need for Speed. And then eventually there, you know, we got to play other games, and there was like, I forget what wrestling one it was. One of the super old ones. Good times were had. But this dude like introduced us to a lot of things. And like, he was a really fun person to hang around with. Like, I liked him a lot when I was a kid. Because he was just really kind to me and my brother. And he was the one actually that introduced me and my brother to the concept of like speech synthesis. Like, the fact that you could have a computer read something out to you. Right? This dude didn't really even know what a screen reader was. But he's like, "Here's a cool thing that computers can do, and maybe it'll let you use computers someday." And he showed us this thing, and he made it sing and do all this stuff, right? And I'm like, "Bro, computers can fucking talk?" And he's like, "Yeah, they can talk." And I'm like, dude, my head exploded because it was like the coolest thing ever. And like, you know, it was just this dude going, "Hey, look at this cool thing that I discovered that my computer can do." Right? And like, again, this dude was like maybe around 16, 17 at the time, I feel like. you know? And then I don't know why, but we stopped, like, seeing that family after that. I don't know why. Like, we moved, and then, like, we just sort of never went back to visit them until, like, maybe around, like, 4 or 5 years ago. Actually, I think it was, like, 5 or 6, something like that. We went to visit these people, right? And, like, so my dad's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna go visit this person. And I'm like, wait, that name's familiar. And he's like, yeah, you and your brother used to spend a lot of time there when you were kids, right? So we go, and we're just chilling in this place. I'm like, this place is familiar. It, like, hadn't changed at all from when I was a kid. And then this dude comes downstairs, and it's the fucking guy. It's the same guy, right? So this dude sees me and my brother, and he's like, yo, wait, you guys are you're the blind guy. Like, he, you know, he addressed us by name and stuff, but, you know. And we're like, yeah, man, it's been forever. So this dude's just, like, chatting with us, like, catching up, and it was really cool. Like, we actually just got to see this dude again, and I've not seen him since, but good times were definitely had. Easily one of my favorite people as a kid, this dude. Because, like, if it wasn't for, like, his kindness, I would have had a very, 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 very different outlook on life, just in general. But, you know, when good people do good things, good shit happens, I guess, you know? Sorry, got into a very long fucking tirade. I don't know. It was just really fun, right? And then, like, I feel like this dude is why it was one of the biggest reasons I got into, like, video games and stuff. Because, like, you know, he actually let us do a thing, right? Like, he wasn't like one of those people that was, like, super overprotective of their consoles and stuff like that. You know? I mean, he was protective of it. Like, he'd always stick around so that if something were to happen, he'd be able to catch it quickly and make sure that we didn't end up breaking anything. But we were never rough on his stuff anyway, so that never really became an issue. But he was always around. Also, he was, you know, babysitting 2 kids, right? He had to be close by anyway. So, it was kind of a whole thing. I remember that house was the first time I ever tried fruity jello. That's not relevant to the conversation, but it is a memory that I have associated with that place. The first time I tried jello with fruit in it. It was interesting. It was green jello, and I don't remember what it had in it. But I remember distinctly it was green. There was also blue, I think. I'm like 80% sure. That was a long time ago. I don't know why I remember specifically that's where I first tried fruity jello, but there you go. There you go. Yeah, so I'm so sorry. I got in this whole fucking thing. I have weird stories, you know? I have a lot of stories that seem really happy to me until I try to talk about them. And then I realize, oh wait, that's actually really fucked up. And then there's some that, like, are a mix of both. You know? And I'm like, why is there so much fucked up? Why is there so much fucked up? Like, even my journey as a fucking content creator has a lot of mixed elements to it. And considering where I'm at right now, I'd say that's overall positive. You know? Because I feel like I'm in a good place. Like, better than, as far as, like, life goes in general, I'm in a better place than I've ever been, at least in the last 10 or so years. And like, you know, content-wise, I'm hanging in there. I know that I'm not making, like, waves or anything, but, I mean, I got a bunch of you here chilling with me, so I appreciate it, you know? I feel like I could be doing a hell of a lot worse than I am, so, you know, it's a whole thing. Alrighty, I think we have reached about an hour and almost 47 minutes. 46-ish. Yeah. So I think this is about the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't know what else to talk about unless y'all have anything you would like to bring up. You are more than welcome to. But, I'm feeling like this might be the place to call it, if I'm being completely real. So, I'm gonna check something before we actually start winding down. Give me a moment. Big sad, I have no one in my circles to raid. Okay, fair enough. I mean, at least I looked, right? Because I always forget to raid. Always. But you know what? We're not going to worry about that at the moment. For now, I'm going to go ahead, actually. What am I looking at here? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and drop my Discord into chat for anybody that happens to be new. If you want to join that, it's the best place to go to get notified of all the things going on and stuff. So yeah, there is that pretty much.
Bach 921 said Discord best chord.
It's a pretty good place. It's quiet most of the time, but it's a good place. But you know what? I appreciate y'all chilling with me. I feel like I need to do these more often and stuff just so we can hang out and talk or whatever. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. We will be back on Wednesday with Coffee Talk with Holly. And if we're lucky, we'll finish the game. Who knows? But for now, have yourselves a good rest of your night. I'm gonna go work on dinner or something. Maybe do that giant pile of dishes I have in the sink. I have a lot of dishes in the sink. And like, you know, do that meditation. And Simon, if you're still here, I will see you later for recording more Danganronpa, because we gotta get back on that grind. It'll be rad. Anyway, have yourselves a good rest of your night. I appreciate you. And, yeah.
Simon Oma
Peace.
said yep, see you later.
Alright. Bye, everybody.
Swift Simeon said have a good one. Bach 921 said bye.
Took me this long to figure out it's not the size of ego, but what you do with it. But it's a callback.